in. Come on in. Come on in. What is up? What's good? What's popping? What's cracking? What's percolating? What is really good in the hood? It is your man, Theo Butler, and welcome to another episode of I Ain't Saying, I'm Just Saying, the recast T'Challa or Elsa edition. Clap that thing on up. Oh, yeah. What is up to the Rock With Me Nation? Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. If you want to share this king, man, I just watched another excellent video by the brothers from B.O.B. Back of the Bus podcast. Man. Yeah, I'm clapping at everybody. Shouting at everybody. Fellas, great episode this morning and everything like that. Great episode this morning. And it's actually watching y'all video this morning that gave me, and I'll put the video link to their video in the comment section so y'all can go check it out. But it was in listening to their video, one of the earlier things they said, and I can't remember exactly, but it made me think about it. You know what the problem is with my dog, T'Challa? It's I've been knowing it's a problem, but it's respect for the character and knowledge of the character. It's hard to have respect for something you know little to nothing about. Let me say that one more time. It's hard to have respect for something and or someone you know little to nothing about. With Theo, what do you mean? So, shout out to the brothers from Back of the Bus podcast. Like I said again, excellent video in regards to, hey, we all do play our own role. And y'all articulated it very, very well. Y'all did. We all play our own role. And we don't want separation by, we don't want addition by subtraction. We don't, as they alluded to, no, we don't want T'Challa recast at the expense of Letitia Wright being in the movie or Shuri becoming Black Panther. That's not what we're saying, and that's never been our stance. It goes back to when we said what I just said. It's hard to have respect for someone or something you know little to nothing about, and that's the problem in regards to how T'Challa is perceived. I'm not going to take too long. We were at 3 minutes. So, you come into the movie, and this is where you just got to be honest with yourself. See, I've been knowing about T'Challa. So I come into the movie knowing who this character is, knowing who the actor is, two separate actor, character. The actor is supposed to be portraying the character. So watch this. If somebody portrays Chadwick Boseman, they better get that right. His family is going to be watching, and those who knew Chadwick Boseman from the time he was at Howard are going to be watching that movie. They better make sure they get that right. Better damn sure stick pretty close to it. If not, yeah, they gonna take some liberties, but no, you better damn sure stay as close as possible. That's not what happened here. That's not what happened here. See, regardless of how we tell this story about Clark Kent, Bruce Wayne, or Tony Stark, we might take liberties, but we gonna stay true to it. How so? In the comic books, Tony Stark, he was abducted in Vietnam.
Huh?
That's where he came across the Mandarin.
What?
Vietnam. That how he made that suit of armor. It went pretty much like that in the comics. The way that suit of armor looked, it looked pretty much like that in the comics. They kept Tony Stark's origin story intact. You know what? The only thing they updated because of the political climate, He wasn't a prisoner in Vietnam. They put him as a prisoner over there in the desert somewhere. That's because of America's perception. We don't really look at Vietnam as the enemy anymore. We pretty much look at, so that was an easy buy-in. They pretty much kept the Avengers origin story intact too. Yes, Loki was the reason the Avengers came together. They just substituted Ant-Man and the Wasp for Hawkeye and Natasha. Hawkeye and Black Widow. But Loki bringing them together, using lies and deception, painting the Hulk as the villain, because the Hulk pretty much left at the issue 2. Marvel kept that origin story intact. They did the same thing with Steve Rogers. They kept his origin story intact. Thus, when you go to the movie as a casual movie fan, someone who didn't know the character before going, your first impression, your first introduction to that character is pretty much what we got in the comics. Thus, your dislike for the character is pretty much going to be in line with those who picked up the comic book. That's not what happened here. That was a sin. That was a crime. To the cast, crew, and casual fans, you had one job and you failed. That job, go back to what I said, it's hard to have respect for something you know little to nothing about. You had one job, to learn about the character of T'Challa. Wakanda goes through him. His lineage is that of Wakanda. You had one job. You failed. You had one job. One job. As the boys from back of the bus said, we all got a role to play. We all have a job. You had one. And to the cast and crew, you didn't do it. One job. Research this character. Get it right. You got it wrong. You did your own thing. To the fans, the casual fans, who had nothing, and when I say casual fan, if you have not went all the way back in regards to the character, then you ain't went all the way back in regards to Wakanda. You had one job. One job. To become knowledgeable about the roles you were taking. To become knowledgeable about the comic book, this character, these roles, this fictional city was based on. You had one job. One job. In Jobu is all I'm going to say. You had one job. One. And no one can say they got it right. No one. Except the man who passed away. No one. You had one job. One. That's it. One job. You had the same job the cast and crew and casual fans had when it came to learning about Brandon Routh when he put on that goddamn Superman costume. No different than when Henry Cavill put on that Superman costume. No different than what the boy named that put on the Batman costume. You had one job. One. Ben Affleck. You had one job. No different than when Christian Bale first put that damn costume on. You had one job, and Christian Bale did his damn thing. So did Christopher Nolan. You had one job. One job. That's it. One. And you keep telling us every time you open up your mouth, you didn't do it. Michael B. Jordan, shut up. Do what you've been doing. Don't talk about this project. This ain't your fight. Don't get involved in this. My daughter loves you, by the way. But just because daddy daughter loves you ain't got nothing to do with your portrayal and your knowledge when it comes to all things regarding Black Panther, the comic book. Nate Moore, I got other questions for you in regards to the portrayal of Black characters, period. It don't start with T'Challa. It doesn't. I got questions for you. Ryan Coogler, as talented as you are as a director, you had one job. This was not the Ryan Coogler movie. This was not the Michael B. Jordan movie. It wasn't. It was not the Eric Killmonger movie. It wasn't. It was the Black Panther movie, told through the eyes of T'Challa. And if Nate Moore couldn't get it right in Civil War, you had one job, Ryan. One. You had one job. If Nate Moore couldn't get it right in Captain America Civil War, you had one job. You, along with the rest of the cast and crew and the casual fans who can admit they don't go past Reginald Hudlin, who can admit they don't go past Christopher Priest, as if they're saying something. No, you're telling me when it comes to this character, you're not as knowledgeable as I am. And I be damned if I talk to watch this. I be damned if I talk to the custodian and try and tell him how to do his damn job or make him feel like he don't know what he talking about. And he's been a custodian longer than I've probably been damn living. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Listen, I appreciate y'all. I got a new subscriber. Hold on. Not gonna do that. Got that damn. Wait. I be struggling trying to find stuff. Here we go. I set that up over here. We're gonna see what it look like real quick. We're gonna give it some juice because I definitely appreciate y'all rocking with me and everything like that. We're gonna come back later on, do another episode, and we're gonna talk about, matter of fact, I'm gonna charge this phone up real quick, the other phone, and I'm gonna come back and talk about some people who kind of like, ooh, I wish y'all would have handled that a little bit better. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Peace.